this bear would, with its sharp, long claws, would destroy you. This bear here in this video would just... you would be dead in a second. You would be dead in a second, and then it would start eating you. Maybe you don't even die; it just starts eating you. Look at that.
Well, they usually do kill the prey first, typically.
No, they just
start eating.
Oh, you bumped into the. Okay, goddamn, bro. All right.
Oh, sorry.
I mean, it kind of looked like they were just playing rough.
Yeah, that's about. Huh?
It just kind of looked like they were playing rough.
Well, that's two bears.
Exactly.
He's talking about how that bear attacking the other bear would affect a human if the other bear was a human.
Obviously.
They're playing around because they're two bears playing, yes. But he's saying if they did that to a human, you would be dead.
Yeah, and I fully understand the consequences, which is why if for some reason that hypothetical situation happened, I'd be okay with that specific hypothetical situation.
So you sent a whole bunch of info in about this whole bear debate.
Oh,
but
yeah,
I don't
and
even
like how
feel
it started.
inclined. Like it's such a.
What's the point?
I don't even think you're. It's such a dumb answer. I'm sorry.
Okay, but
I'm not even going to debate it with you because it's not going to be a good faith. It's not even a good faith conversation.
And that was my point, is that you can't just ask a man or a bear. You have to ask about what is like your biggest fear, and would you rather be with your biggest fear or a man?
That's different.
Yeah,
That's very different.
But the thing is that to me, like it's not, because for some women it would still be a man would be their biggest fear.
So are you trying to ask like a more psychological question like that? What is your deepest fear?
I personally just don't relate to the bear versus man situation, and actually the original
so let's say
creator,
it's a lion instead of a bear.
I will choose a
any
man.
other animal.
Any other animal, I will choose a man.
We're just going in circles. Her answer's her answer. She's not going to change.
But okay,
Yeah, I just personally like bears, so it's like there's no arguing with that part.
But
with
you
me.
you like bears.
Oh,
But
I love
do you
bears.
do you have a thorough understanding of the risk of being in proximity to a bear, despite your anecdotal experience?
Okay.
That's precisely what it is, anecdotal. You had experiences with bears where you were not harmed.
Yes.
You've also had experiences with men where you were not harmed.
And a lot more experiences with men where I was harmed than with bears.
Have you had as many per capita experiences with men as you've had with bears? How many men have you walked past in your entire life? Hundreds of thousands?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, that's
how many bears
that's
have
true.
you? How many actual bears have you encountered? Like how many different times?
Well, okay, does it have to be the same bear or like different bears? Because
You
there
can do
was
both.
a family.
You can answer both.
Okay, because
the same bear, you hung out with them multiple times?
multiple times.
How many
like,
times?
I would
many
say
times?
like at least like all throughout the summer and a little bit into the fall.
Were these
because then
wild bears?
yeah, they were in the woods. They were living in the woods. And at some point, I actually found where exactly they lived. I just didn't go near it because I know better.
Did you
Oh,
ever
wait,
did you ever
wait,
take a
wait. Did you
picture
guys
or
hear that?
record?
Hold on.
No, I was a
You said you
kid.
didn't go near.
Near the actual like where they sleep, because like again,
live.
animals or bears are wild animals still, and you still have to be cautious.
That's interesting. So if you were to walk up to a frat house and you knocked on the door and you just asked for directions somewhere, do you think you'd be more safe just walking up to a frat house that's fully occupied by perhaps over a dozen men, or going up to the bear cave?
I wouldn't do either because I don't feel safe.
Which one would be safer to do?
Be for real.
Okay, it would depend. Are there
just-
cubs?
you-
No. Are
you
there
just-
cubs involved?
you
Are there
just-
cubs
Hold
involved?
on,
Because
okay.
the mothers are vicious.
Hold on. You just already conceded. You said the words that came out of your mouth. You knew better than to go near their territory.
And I know better than to go near
To
a
a
frat
man's-
house.
man's-
I will never. I was
Okay,
never
cool.
near
You don't
a
want to
man.
party,
No,
but
it's
you
not
think
about
you
the
knock
party.
on a frat house? That's
I'm
an
not going to
insta murder.
ask- no,
you think
I'm
it's
not
an
going to
insta
ask-
murder if you knock on a frat house?
I'm just not
okay,
going
fine.
to knock on the
How about just a normal? You knock on someone's door.
Neighborhood.
I will not
In the
knock on
neighborhood.
people's.
It's
In
obviously- no
America,
one's
I
asking
will
you to
not.
go do it. They're just asking you for a hypothetical
Which
answer.
one would be more dangerous? Okay, okay, fine, I'll even grant you, the bear has its cubs, and then the man has 2 children.
Okay, then I will go to a man because.
In fact, wouldn't you say that a man who has 2 children and you can see them through the window, wouldn't he be safer to knock on?
Yeah, no, and that's what I said. I will go to the man because I know how bears are with their cubs. They're vicious.
Okay,
and
so let's
they
say it's
do
bears
not,
without cubs.
Then I would. Well, if there were children
no, flat
with the
line,
man,
flat out. No, flat out. If it's a bear, if it's 2 bears in a cave in their home, and it's a man, it's a frat house. Which would you choose?
2
Bottom
bears.
line. That's insane.
They're still gonna attack you even if there's not cubs
You're
involved.
not telling the truth, though. You just.
You guys, she just wants a clip.
No.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, but like, what is the truth? There's no truth because
you
I
just-
wouldn't be in either
Wait,
one of those
question.
situations.
Shark or 2 dudes in the boat? And you're in the ocean.
2 dudes in the boat.
All right.
She said any
Oh,
other animal.
you picked the 2
Yeah,
dudes in
she
the
said
boat.
any other animal she wouldn't want to go
Yeah.
towards it.
There's
Again,
She has her
it's,
opinion.
It's specifically just the bear thing to me. That's it.
Wait,
I
Nick, can you pull up
completely
that video, the boat video? So there were these 2 women who were like, pull it up, Nick.
Not the boat video.
I'll tell you where to skip around. Just go ahead. Yes, please.
Okay, whatever you think.
I think I saw this.
Go ahead, press play. You can use the arrows to move it. Wait. Well, you missed it.
You guys okay?
Oh, wait.
Yeah.
You guys okay? Or are you in trouble? Okay.
We need help. She
Stand
said
by,
we need
stand
help.
by. We're getting you. Doug, take this camera. Doug, grab her.
So somehow these girls
We're
are
gonna get you. Don't worry.
swimming
Just
in the
keep
middle of
coming.
the ocean.
We got a ladder and everything.
Man alone on a boat. They probably have knives. They probably have fishing knives.
Yeah, and I'd rather
Super
be with
dangerous.
them.
Super dangerous.
I would rather be with them than in the ocean in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah.
It's again about.
But again, those are average men. You don't know if they're going to kill you or if they're going to hurt you.
But that's not my fear.
Go in there. It's warm. Go inside. It's warm.
I just like. Okay.
Hold on.
Oh, we got you. Hey, God, we saw you. Oh my God, that's freezing. Get inside, guys.
Yeah.
So they were probably like a couple minutes away from death.
Yeah.
And
it
here
looked
you
like
had some men coming to rescue them.
Yeah,
So.
they're
It's interesting
fantastic
to
men.
think
I'm so happy that they're saved. And if I were in that situation, I would gladly go on the boat because I do not want to be alone in the middle of the ocean.
Yeah, but what if you heard a girl say she would rather be swimming with a shark than just like have 2 men in the boat go by her?
Then she has had a bad experience.
Very bad.
Okay, hold on. I'll even grant
because
you.
again,
Okay,
it's
hold
about
on.
the fear
Yeah,
of
okay.
what
So
are
let
you
me
afraid
just
more
let me
of?
just even grant you that yes, the woman had a bad experience.
Okay.
You still don't think she's actually like slurred brain dead to pick 2 men in a boat over a shark?
Depends how broken she is.
Yeah, it honestly depends. Like, I don't know what's going on in her mind. It's like, I just love bears. Maybe she just loves sharks.
Then why
I
do we
don't
live in
know.
a society like this? If people are literally choosing animals that
It's
will kill
sad.
them over...
It's sad.
That's
She's
sad.
based, by the way. You're super based.
Thank you. That's
She's super
No, but
based.
it's like,
No. That's ridiculous. Are you like? I'm sorry. Like, I mean, like, okay, you have your opinion, but like, you're saying you would choose to go with bears over random men?
I personally like bears.
Okay.
If
Yeah,
you put a
that's a
chimpanzee,
conversation.
if you say a
That's a
chimpanzee, I will choose a man
There's-
every time.
I mean,
Again,
we're just
it's about
choos-
what you like,
We're
what
beating
you
a
don't
dead
like.
horse.
Yeah, we're beating a dead horse. We're not gonna get anywhere
A bear
from
is a
this.
metaphor.
Can we change?
It's so forget it's a bear. It's a
It's so-
metaphor.
Okay,
we
but
don't have to think about bears.
which
and
is
how much
why
you love
which
them.
is why I'm
It's a
saying if
metaphor.
it's any other animal, I will choose
it's,
the man.
It's your fear over your other.
And that's actually exactly what I
It's the
said to
fear.
him. It's about the fear. What are you more afraid of? Some women will still say that they're more afraid of men.
yeah, because of their
Yes,
trauma
exactly.
experience with men.
And that's literally it.
Wait, I have a
No,
question.
no.
So it's justified then.
What's justified?
A woman had a bad experience with a man, ergo.
It's not justified.
Her,
No.
her past trauma is justification to have this sort of negative bias towards all men.
No.
It's not about a justification. It's about the fear. Because again, if it's an
But it's
actual would you
the fear is
rather.
irrational.
I don't think people
Yes,
can
and fear
control
is
that.
Comparatively.
irrational,
Okay,
and
I'm
that's
not-
the
Not,
key.
I'm not
not
trying to-
always. Fear
okay.
isn't always irrational.
Often it is.
If I have
No.
a bad experience or even like a traumatizing experience with one, maybe even 10 men, then I'm not going to have that same like if that man is around me versus a bear, then maybe of course I'll be more like steered towards the bear if I know that the man is somebody that's already hurt me or other people, correct? But like just using the stigmatism, oh, I've been hurt in the past or I've been a victim in the past, which I can say because I have been there. That doesn't just acknowledge all men that are there. All have that
Of course not.
Exactly.
I think it's a degree of trauma. We can't just talk
No,
about
I get it. That's why
trauma
my
in
first
general.
Obviously
first instinct was to go with the bear. But then I realized that it wasn't technically a malicious man. It could be, but it's not.
Right. I
just
think we both
over
had the
scheme, yeah.
pretense of that because that was in our head, and no matter what the argument is on both sides, because I respect both sides, I think this rant was just completely off track.
Yeah, we just
from
went
what
off
the
the
actual
track.
conversation
Yeah,
was
like,
about,
whatever
and
time
I
it
just
is.
feel
It
like
is
it kind of
very-
diminishes actually everyone's point that they're trying to get across.
I think like
So-
if a woman was maybe kidnapped by a man, her whole life was tortured by a man,
Yeah.
and then when she was like 35,
You're
she
giving a very
finally got
specific
out,
example.
and maybe she'll never want to be around men again. But if
Well,
it's-
hold on.
That's a
By the
very
way,
specific
Ace, thank you for that. So if I just grant that absolutely women have traumatic experiences with men, let's add another variable to this. Let's add another identity marker to this. If a woman has negative experience with somebody who belongs to a certain racial group, does that give her justification to then be fearful of all people who belong to said racial group?
No, because it's not about
No.
being fearful of all men. It's about that specific situation.
He didn't specifically say men. He said in general. So like men
yeah,
and
and
women.
that's what I'm talking about. Like
Well, you said men.
Okay,
No,
well,
that's wrong because it's categorizing
Yeah, it's-
like a group of people under a negative context that you had with one specific person of that race. That's not fair to like diminish an entire group.
But
or
I think
civilization of
it's hard
people.
to be so black and white because you can't control your response to your own trauma, right? You can't just
sometimes.
Yeah.
sometimes.
It's,
But yeah, I mean,
it's
of
about,
course,
like, what you
it's
do
not
with it.
a healthy way to live to just completely, be fearful of one group of people or the other or whatever.
That's
right?
just simply not okay to like
No.
completely put this entire pressure on just one group
No, of
of
course
people
not.
at all, ever. And it's like, and again, I'm not saying that it is justifiable
No,
in any
that's why
way,
it's so-
but it's just to some women, they would still like, if it was like to some women, their biggest fear are men
It's
because
extremely
we don't
sad.
know.
It's extremely sad, and it's something
it is,
that's-
but it does not mean that it is all women's fear. It doesn't mean that that's what all women think. And in fact, we have all agreed that, bear example aside, if it was a vicious animal or a man, all of us would choose a man over a vicious animal. And that was my key point. I was not going to go into the whole bear thing because, again, my whole point is that it's not
Pandemic.
about the bear. It's about what you're afraid of the most. Okay, that's actually not.
Can I keep it?
You
It's
can
a
put it on
toy.
top of your microphone.
It's a
if you
toy.
I
want.
love spiders.
Yay! That was amazing, by the way. That was so freaking funny. That
The
was
spider thing?
that was highlight of the show, by there. I'm not gonna lie.
I was hoping for somebody to freak out, but nobody.
I wanted
Oh,
her
I
to
love
scream.
spiders. I'm a spooky girl.
Was there a little?
She went. She was a little.
There's a little flinch.
There's a
she
little
walked-
flinch.
she walked-
She walked away.
she walked away.
Little flinch.
She didn't like it.
Yeah, you're right. She did
She didn't like it.
because of the
what?
spider.
She was.
Yeah, I just tried to say that a couple
Oh
times.
well, isn't her leg hurt or something?
You
She
did
has
get a
a-
reaction. I think she might have left.